What is up, everybody? Thanks, everybody, for joining us this evening. Let's switch over the scene. Let's get the audio up. And let's bring down the music. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for another awesome episode of Saturday Night Tech. You've got me, the Everyday Dad, and my amazing partner and life journeyer person, the Everyday Wife.
Oh, man.
You could say hello.
I mean, I don't even know about that intro.
It was terrible. I'm sorry. I did not prepare that. I did not prepare my statements ahead of time, and I have not yet had enough soda. The Everyday Wife. The Everyday Wife. How's everybody going? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic week and weekend. I hope I did not just blow out everybody's eardrums, but you know, we always generally have some kind of audio stuff going on. So, glad to see everybody here. Had a fantastic week behind us. We're going to talk about it today. We've got a very exciting show coming up. We've got Liron Segev, the techie guy, coming on with us here very shortly. He's going to talk about blogs. He's going to talk about YouTube. He's going to talk about all sorts of cool tech stuff. And it's going to be really awesome to have him on.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm especially interested to hear his accent.
It is awesome, by the way. I spoke to him earlier today. It is very awesome. Not that that's. I thought you had more.
Continue your lead-in, whatever you're gonna say.
Johnson Drummer, super chat for $2. What's up, guys? Well, thank you so much, Johnson Drummer. We really appreciate it. Way to kick off the stream right. So, Everyday Wife.
Okay. Yes.
What is the coolest thing in technology that has happened to you this week? Well, I'm 100% putting her on the spot right now.
You are. There was no preparation on that question.
That's the best part.
The coolest technology that happened to me
this week. This week. The last 7 days.
I jogged a 5K and there was a chip on my tennis shoe.
That is pretty cool.
Technology, everybody.
Somebody made me do a 5K yesterday. I'm not naming any names, but and yeah,
right,
we definitely,
because you don't even know my name, right?
Well, it's the Everyday Wife.
I mean, nice intro.
But so that is the coolest part of technology that the Everyday Wife has had so far this week is a cool chip in your shoe. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it was cool. I had to return it when I was done.
Well, I mean, I also had to return mine.
Yeah, so we did that. So that was the most exciting thing.
What's up, Jeremiah, Jude, Daniel, Thomas, Gerardus, Zion, 51 Drones, Ready Set Drone is out there too. Thanks everybody for joining us. And yeah, so Zion, we'll try to answer some questions ahead of time too. So Zion, I use Final Cut Pro X, and Daniel Hager already answered that. So thanks so much, Daniel. Mark Nichols, what's up? Okay, so besides technology, what's one cool thing that's happened to you so far this week? It doesn't have to be how cool I am, even though we all know how cool I am. Very cool.
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, we had a certain thing about work going on. We had that go on.
Yep.
Are we talking about that or nah?
Not really.
Okay. Well, that was cool. And then, let's see. While we did the 5K.
Yep.
We have a children's birthday party to go to tomorrow. Haven't done it yet. I went to a church rummage sale today.
Rummage sale.
And what else? I worked and played.
That is the best. That's the best kind of week to have.
Yeah.
A rummage sale? That's totally how we talk about technology here.
Yeah.
Is the rummage
so you
sale.
can tell that when you ask me technology questions, my excitement level is...
It goes through the roof. Up top.
I can't even explain. I'm
up
so
top.
Stoic.
Up top. Okay, so things that have happened in the last week. We have been going through Camerapalooza up in here, where we have the Lumix GH5. Look at you can. Do you want to hold? Do you want to hold the GH5?
Want me to ban of this?
You can hold the GH5.
Oh, look, I'm gliding like a gimbal, everybody.
And the Sony A7 III. Look at all the cameras.
Oh, you look so good over there. Hotter than my coffee.
I have the lens cap. The lens cap's on there. But anyway,
wow.
Camerapalooza has been going on. Everyday Wife is not okay. Let me turn up the Everyday Wife. Make sure everybody can hear. Can you talk for a little?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear now. I'm sorry. We're monitoring the audio, but couldn't hear it so far. So
all I hear is music.
Oh, the music's still on? The music shouldn't be on. There, music's gone. So we got Camerapalooza going on. So if you have any questions about the GH5 or the A7 III, and you're curious about it, you can always send a question through the chat. The Everyday Wife is monitoring the chat. If you send an @EverydayDad, she will definitely see it there because she's the producer. She's the producer here, and she's really the one that's running the show, right?
No.
Yeah. So if you, whoa, we almost unplugged the audio. So if you have any questions about these, they're really great. We'll talk more at the end. So we're gonna call Liron here in just a second, and we'll talk more about cameras. So think about your questions. Think about your questions for the cameras if you have any of them. They're both amazing. Spoiler alert. And we'll go ahead and we'll get Liron on the show, who has definitely been watching. And we'll go ahead. You get to impromptu speak for just a second, so I can get.
I love that on the spot stuff.
Well, we do it all the time.
So yeah, we did the trail run 5K. It was a lot of fun. All I wanted to do was beat my time from last time, and I matched it, which was good because last run it was flat, and this.
Hey, Liron, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Woohoo! Thanks for having me.
Oh, we do not have audio for you right now. Hold on.
Why don't we have audio? Audio.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay, we got everything going on.
All right.
USB mixer hub. Always have problems here. Hold on one second. So Garrett Cody, thank you so much for the $5. Great motorcycle weather here in Cali. Yeah, we actually have amazing motorcycle weather here in the last few weeks, and we have, I've been taking advantage of it. But Liron, am I saying it right? First off.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to warn you in advance.
Fair enough.
Because we're gonna take these things slowly. Because I say things like, I don't know, flat and bonnet, and you guys don't get that. So nope. If there is an English to English translation that you don't get, just do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
Okay, so thanks for joining us on the channel today. You are, you run a very popular blog, and you run the YouTube channel, TheTechieGuy. Well, I think you changed the name to just straight up Liron Segev, right?
Yeah, that's it. Right. Correct.
Okay, so you can definitely, if you want to go check out his channel, which is awesome, by the way, and you definitely should, you can find a link to that in the description below. But if you don't mind giving us a quick synopsis on, what you do over there.
Right, so kind of let's dial it back a little while ago. I've been in tech for quite a while. And what I did was I started this thing called a blog. But back in the day, it wasn't a blog. It was something called an HTML website. Now, I did that because, you take the lazy way out. And I figured if my clients were having problems, what I did was I just wrote down some solutions and then created this thing called a blog. Fast forward for a little while forward, and brands started working with me, and I started explaining new technology trends. And, and kind of moved into YouTube to get that going. And today we're here having a live stream out from Dallas, Texas to you guys. So it's been quite a journey, as they say.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love how it's, it starts little and gets big.
Yeah, this is why we all love this tech world, because you kind of get to a point where you have all this amazing freedom to talk about all this cool gadgets and cameras and gears and stuff. And
gadgets and gears are the best.
Oh, yeah. No, the best thing is getting a notification saying a new package is arriving. And you're like, yay!
No, absolutely. So of all the things that you check out, what is your favorite?
In terms of gadget and gears that have been coming through lately?
Yep. Just like in general. So we can talk more specifics here in just a second, but what's the thing that you're most excited to get? Like a drone, a camera, like a mirror. A mirror. Why did I say mirror?
Mirrorless
a mirror.
Camera?
Yeah, like what was I thinking? I can't. What was I thinking? I can't think of what I was thinking. But yeah, so what's your favorite overall thing that you get?
So I'm going through phases, and right now we're very much in the action cam phase. I don't know if you've noticed, kind of there's dash cams and action cams. You can get them all the time. But a plus side, they're getting really, really good. The quality is getting really, really amazing. So it's something that's really cool to be getting. I haven't got a drone yet. I know it's hard to believe.
That is shocking.
I know, but of last week's episode that you guys had Ready Set Drone on, I've given him probably about 400 hours of watch time. I've been going through all his videos. So he's definitely monetized by now, obviously only thanks to me, right? So I'm going through, and I think that's going to be my next purchase. But don't worry, putting things onto drone and cutting your fingers is 100% your domain.
Yes, we let the experts handle like chopping up their fingers. I still have marks from
it's
that.
The nick niche, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a niche down, right? And my niche just happens to be chopping myself with drones.
We should have a pool going saying, would you retain all 10 fingers this time next year?
I'd no bet, no dice, dice
no
at all.
go, right?
Hold on 1 second. So $1.99 from Hanking Around. Well, thank you so much, Hanking. Oh, twice. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. And
Very
Michigan, cool. Michigan, we really appreciate the $5 super chat. No offense to Michigan people. No offense. Everybody, everybody's awesome here.
Ooh, it's getting down.
Sports rivalry. Okay, so what of all the things that you've gotten recently, what is your favorite specific thing?
Well, I am playing with this little guy. I don't know if you see this.
Yep.
So I hate 360 cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're an absolute gimmick and not really cool at all. I'm kind of digging on this one. For a simple reason, you can do 360 live streaming.
Nice.
Okay. Now imagine this on your drone whilst you're flying and streaming that in 360.
That's cool. Have you checked out the Insta360 I'm not sure if that does live streaming or not. But that's cool. Yeah. So that's the gear, right? The 360 gear version 2?
No. This is a company called Wonder 360.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
see if I can get that closer. Can you see that? Wonder.
Yep. Everybody can see that.
Wonder 360. They sent me this thing saying, hey, check out a 360. I said, no, thank you. And they said, yes, but we can stream live. I said, please send it over.
Gotta have priorities.
Because, we all know those 360 cameras are not the greatest. And unlike what you do where when you fly with it, you kind of grab certain still photography or you grab certain views. So you don't have to operate a gimbal and the drone at the same time. So I do understand that's awesome. But this one you can stream it in 360 whilst the action is happening. I don't know. I'm curious. So we're going to give it a bash and see how that goes.
Absolutely. No, that sounds pretty awesome. So 360 cameras, I really like them. I especially like the ones the Insta360 or what's the other one? The Rilo, and then the GoPro one, the Fusion, where you can take the 360 and you can pop out a 16:9 video out of it. That's amazing. Can you do that on the Wonder Cam that you were just showing us, the Wonder 360?
I've just got it, so I'm really kind of exploring it yet, so I'm not sure. For those who don't know, kind of editing the 360, if you want to upload it into 360, is an absolute nightmare. So I'm kind of want to see how easy it is. They say it's as simple as they all say, right? Simply upload, and it will just nothing's that straightforward. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Absolutely. So you have an awesome, not HTML thing anymore, but a blog, and you have an awesome YouTube channel. So if somebody out in the audience today wanted to start their own blog or start their own YouTube channel, what's the biggest piece of advice you could give to them?
So I think kind of if we can kind of take it kind of a little bit of helicopter view first.
Absolutely. We'll from 20. Well, I guess helicopters don't go to 20,000 feet, but like 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet.
Let's go 1,000, work our way down, right?
Absolutely.
I think so. I'd like to say kind of blogging's back. There was a big kind of movement for a certain point where people said nobody reads text anymore. Everybody wants to push play and just get the easy way out, right? I know that you've seen yourself and all the other YouTube channels have seen it as well. Every time there's an algorithm change, every time there's a monetization change, everybody has a slight heart attack and going, what's going to happen to my channel, right? Well, with blogging, you don't have that because you own the platform. You own the information. You own your destiny. So blogging is awesome. And if anybody's wanting to start getting into becoming I always ask, in my talks, I always say, who wants to be a full-time YouTuber? And people put up their hands. Who wants to be a full-time podcaster? People put up their hands. And I think, well, you guys are all going to fail. And there's this shock, why? Because if you don't control your destiny, don't control your platform, you're screwed. Are we allowed to say screwed? Is that okay? Yeah.
Well, you already did, so we're good.
Okay, right. I thought it was like a bleeping thing.
Beep. Okay.
Yeah.
Just let me know next time, and I'll make sure to
Censor.
Right.
beep. Oh, I got.
There we go.
Sorry, I got already. I got ready to go.
So the idea is you shouldn't focus on a platform. So going back to your questions, you shouldn't be a full-time YouTuber. You shouldn't be a full-time blogger, a full-time podcaster. What you need to be is a full-time content creator. And then you can choose where you want to be, where your leverage is, where your audience is. You're doing insane stuff on your YouTube, but you're not relying on that 100%. You've also got this live streaming going. You've got Twitch going. You've got Twitter going. So you're branching out to all these different platforms to leverage your audience. And it is the smartest thing to do. So if anyone's starting out, understand what you want to do. And then don't worry about the tools. Worry about with the audience. Where does the audience live? How do they want to consume that information? And that's golden, whether you're starting out, whether you're going strong, whether you have a business or not. That's the way to do it.
So that's very interesting. I hadn't thought of that, but I think that's a fantastic piece of advice. So you're right. YouTube at any point, and it's been shown in the last few weeks, there's been kind of a mini controversy going on where subscribers and people are not getting all of the content that the people that they are subscribed to are putting out. So, I don't control YouTube. You don't control YouTube. Do you control YouTube?
Nope.
Oh, I don't
know. That surprised me.
If anybody did. But so no, that's a good point. Controlling your own platform where everybody knows, hey, this is like my space. I'm not reliant on YouTube to put out my text, my audio, or my video. That's a good perspective. How's it been working for you so far?
No, it's superb. I mean, I did a little test just to kind of prove the point. We all like to test stuff as geeks do. So what I did was I run a series on a Tuesday called Tech Tip Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And what I do is every Tuesday I put up a tech tip for people to go through. What I did is I launched a video. And I only launched it on YouTube and didn't advertise, didn't promote it, didn't do anything, and just let the YouTube algorithm do its thing. It did okay. The second I started going to my mailing list, my blog, my Twitter, my social media, this thing took off.
Okay.
So if you're relying on somebody else to do the work for you, do your marketing, do your promotion for you, well, your destiny is in their hands. I think that's dangerous. As soon as you tweet out, even with your videos, you don't put it out and hope for the best. You put it out and immediately you go into social media, say, hey guys, new videos out, check this cool thumbnail, retweets are appreciated, and that's how you get the word out, right?
Absolutely.
Controlling your own destiny. It's key here.
No, that's a good point. You're giving me a lot to chew over right now because I hadn't thought of anything like that. So hey,
So like diversify your assets, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Exactly right.
Hold on. Somebody's telling me the stream is frozen. Let me just check. I'm still seeing it. Let me know if are you still seeing it over here?
Oh, I don't know.
We should still be good. Okay, well we'll keep rolling. If we have to mess with it, we'll mess with it here in a second. So control your own destiny. I like it. I like the message. So if you were to start, so where would you want to control your message at? Like for you personally, obviously, like we said, you have a blog, but if you're trying to control your message and you only have YouTube or you only have Twitter or Instagram, how would you branch out from there?
Well, I think the idea is to understand the audience. And Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube has got amazing analytics, but they're boring as beep.
Beep. I was ready.
Nobody wants to spend time on a Saturday night going through deep diving through analytics and understanding what it's telling you. But it's right there. It's there for the picking. If it's telling you that your audience is 12 to 18 years old and you're making this content to do with the enterprise and high-level networking, well, you've got to disconnect. But if your audience is telling you that, hey, we like this cool stuff, every time you put a camera video, this thing spikes like nobody's business. Every time you put a gaming video, you might dig it, but it doesn't do so well. Well, even though that's not what you want to hear, that's what your audience is telling you. Then go find your audience. If they're digging your gaming videos and they're loving you on Twitch, well, don't make them on YouTube if the YouTube doesn't dig it. The data will tell you what your audience wants. And it's amazing how many times we kind of see it, but we don't want to see it. and then kind of we ignore it. You know, when you do those cool, I'm going to use your drone cutting your fingers situation again, but every time you do that and you rush out for a Band-Aid, you know this thing that does insanely well. When you played Fortnite on your drone hanging right in front of your face.
Which was a great idea, by the way.
Oh, kids, do not try this at home.
Don't do that. That was a terrible idea. It was a terrible, terrible idea.
Okay, and then, but how was that video received? Did people dig it?
That was pretty well until we stopped playing the game. Then it dropped off.
So what does that tell you? Your audience wants to see you almost take an eye out, and that it has spoken. You've seen Survivor. The tribe has spoken.
But I like my hands. I actually, funny story. I guess my hand. I'm just an accident-prone person. Going to the PO box the other day. I may or may not have cut myself also, which is just. I guess I'm just a accident-prone person. So as it's Camerapalooza, I've got to ask, what's your favorite camera?
Sure. So I have stopped shooting with DSLRs for my vlogs.
Absolutely.
I am now a big fan of the G5X. Let me get that into frame.
Okay, Canon G5X.
Right. This thing is that big, as you can see, holding my hand. Front-facing screen, which is critical.
Yep.
And it is just wow. I have stopped carrying lenses. I've stopped carrying DSLR bodies. I've stopped doing all of those. I want to be as portable and as quick to action as humanly possible. And in fact, I haven't used my DSLR probably a year plus.
Okay.
I've only shot everything on this. Only one downside of this.
What is it?
Audio in.
I was just about to ask you that because I can see I see on the camera itself it's got a hot shoe mount on top, but there's no audio in.
No audio in. I've got these stupid koala ears. We call them koala ears. I don't know what you guys call them. What do you call them? Cat ears.
Sure.
Dead cat.
Yeah, dead cat. That's one of the weird. Camera people are weird people. I can't.
Yeah, you
I
are.
can't even.
I don't know. My first time when I moved to the US a year ago, I drove down to New Orleans and I stopped over. I was shooting a vlog. And the waitress says, "Oh, I dig the koala ears." I went, right, that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Good to know.
That's a good. I mean, that's a better way to call it than dead cat. Like I said, camera people are weird. They're weird people. I mean, I can't. I'm turning into one, so I guess I can't.
Oh no,
Turning
you know
into
how to
one.
define yourself.
Thank you.
No. Hold on. Wait. We got to take a step back here. Turning into one is grossly understated.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, yeah, maybe.
A couple. The everyday wife. How many bodies does he have? And I'm talking camera bodies. I just want to be clear.
Oh, okay.
How many do I currently have?
If I had to guess, because they come and go very quickly here. Well, we know there's 2 in this room.
Well, there's 3 in this room.
Oh, there's 3.
Well, there's one right in front of you.
You're shooting that, right?
And I'm gonna guess 2 more in the other room.
No, there's not. There's only 3.
There's only the 3.
There's only the 3. There's only the 3.
Wow.
There's only so much. I mean, look, YouTube's awesome, but I can't justify that many cameras.
I'm surprised.
I know.
Liron, I'm surprised.
Don't
I
ask
thought
about
at least
action cameras.
5.
We're not going to discuss your action camera habit. I mean, addiction. So
Don't ask about action cameras. That's a different story. That is a different story.
At least I don't have to see that bill.
Yes.
Oh, you're using that secret credit card. Oops. Sorry.
Thanks. Nope, nothing.
Yes, there is a YouTube credit card.
It's the
I can imagine.
It's the credit card for the YouTuber. What is that? What is that movie? What is somebody's got to know the movie where it's the baseball movie where he like slides into home and he's got it's the only credit card we use.
Are you serious? You don't know what movie that is?
Why does it seem
It slipped your tongue?
Well, oh man, Major League, right? Major League with Charlie Sheen, the Cleveland Indians.
I'm just disappointed that you didn't know.
Look, in all fairness, I am not from Cleveland.
But I am.
That doesn't make it. That doesn't make Cleveland any better. Cleveland's terrible. No offense, Infinite Altitude. No offense, Infinite Altitude.
3 camera bodies, and I'll be eliminating one tonight.
Listen, dude, you started the show introducing the everyday wife very poorly.
Thank
this is
you.
strike number 2.
No, 2 strikes, buddy.
Okay.
You're in thin ice, dude.
That means I get one more, right?
Two outs.
I get one more. We're in the 9th frame. I don't
The
know.
9th frame.
I don't know sports.
You guys, the 9th frame.
I don't know sports. That's the one with the ice,
ninth
right?
inning.
That's the one with the ice,
There's no
right?
frames.
There's frames in bowling.
I mean, really. I'm embarrassed.
I get 9 strikes.
Nice.
The frames. Whatever.
Whatever.
One of the
Moving
two.
on.
Liron,
the two,
you
am I right?
No.
So you're watching about drones. You know, you checked out Ready Set Drones channel. What drone are you thinking about getting? And
Man,
I totally remember that infinite altitude, by the way. I'm ready for that. If I show up with a black eye at the next live stream.
It's because the drone accidentally went in his face.
Pineapple. You're right. You're right. It's the drone.
Oh yeah, the drone went out of frame.
Pineapple.
The 9th frame.
Pineapple. Okay.
Said
So
hell.
favorite
Right.
drone, go. Or
So,
drone you're gonna get. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous discussion because I'm kind of thinking Mavic Pro, and I'm convinced Mavic Pro. Then I look and I think, well, hold on. For the price of $390, you get a Spark with a remote.
Yep.
That's a damn good price.
Oh, yep.
And if I'm only going to shoot a 1080, and I only need it for a couple of minutes for some B-roll for my YouTube videos, do I need to spend double the amount? I'm not so sure. So, Ready, Set, Drone, I think you and the everyday dad and the everyday wife should have a shootout of Spark versus Mavic Pro and Mavic Air.
So in the I would just say, if you were to go on somebody's YouTube channel,
for example,
you might find that comparison. Hold on one second. Lloyd Mendenhall, the Grumpy Vlogger, $9.99. Really enjoy y'all. Well, we really enjoy you all. So thanks so much, Lloyd. We really appreciate it. But yes. So
See now, all of you have done this amazing videos before the price drops.
Mm-hmm.
So value for money today, because after the Mavic Air has come out, all the prices reduced.
Yep.
Now, if you were to start again, what would your verdict be?
For the Spark versus the Pro, it depends. Like you said, if you're just looking for some B-roll over top, and I say this a lot about YouTube videos, people watch your YouTube videos on their cell phone while they're in the bathroom at like 460p. So image quality is never like something that you should be striving for. So I think the Spark, especially for the price point right now, with an included controller, 100%. I'd do all day long. I'd recommend that. I think that is the very first legitimate camera drone you can get. If you're just trying to spend as little as possible, the Breeze 4K is pretty good. I just saw one at Walmart today for like $149. It's not terrible, but I would at least save up for a Spark. I think the Spark's a fantastic drone.
Everyday wife, do you agree with that analysis?
I've only ever flown the Spark, so I can't tell you about the Air.
But it was amazing,
the
right?
Spark was fun.
It was fun, especially when you weaved your way through those trees, which was
That was close call, wasn't it?
unbelievable, flying.
It was amazing. You didn't even hit the trees.
I don't know how I didn't.
It was awesome.
I was half tempted to just
There you
get
go,
it stuck
right
up
there.
there, but I didn't.
Thank you for not doing that, because I'm pretty sure one of us would have had to have gone and gotten it. And I mean the everyday kid. We would have made the everyday kid go get it.
Trapeze on up there. He's limber, nimbly bimbly like a cat.
He is absolutely.
That's why we have kids. It's fun.
I know, right? He needs to get a little bit bigger so he can start mowing the lawn. Because as we've all seen, and I want to get out the house, go fish. If you're here, thank you for mentioning that you noticed that my yard was mowed in the Tello video. I get called out on that a lot whenever I do a video from my backyard. So
that's so funny.
Get out the house, go fish. If you're watching this, I appreciate that. Nobody else mentioned that. Nobody else mentioned that.
Do you have kids?
I do. I have two girls, 16 and 13.
All right. What do they think about like your blogging and your social media? And
No, they love it because they get to play with all these cool gadgets and toys. And I do get kind of the cool dad reputation arriving at school on an electric skateboard. Nobody does that. So they really dig it. And I kind of involve them wherever it's possible. They like the technology. And funny enough, they've got so much access to tech that they're okay with it. I mean, it's not a little bit over the top, and they're kind of a little bit desensitized, I suppose. And when there's yet another package, they're like, whatever.
Yeah, we have the same. So we have the problem of every time there's a package that shows up, the everyday kid's like, it's for me. And I'm like, hey, buddy, it's not necessarily for you. But it could be someday. Could be someday.
Or it could be your college education.
Or it could be, that's already taken care of. That's already, really needs to go to college?
College. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber. What do you mean?
That is so true.
He wants to be a YouTuber in like 16 years when he's, well.
All these little
like
kids
13.
are like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. I'm like, wow, that wasn't even an option when we were younger.
Well, I mean, that's because there was no.
There was no YouTube.
There was no.
There wasn't even Google. Was there?
Well, when we were a kid, there was. Eventually,
like high school, you mean?
Like before high school, I think. Well, you're older than me, so I don't.
Whoa, that's 3. That's 3. You're out.
Dog house.
That just kind of like happened.
Dog house.
In all fairness, she's only 4 months older than me, so it's not like that.
Wait,
much.
I'm a total cougar, you guys.
You're done. There is no coming back from this.
Thank you.
Oh.
New favorite guest on the show.
Woohoo.
He's into everyday wife all day.
There we
You
go.
are in trouble.
I get so used to saying that it just happened.
You are in trouble.
What are you drinking? Listen, 420 was yesterday, right?
Yeah, the channel's only doing so well, so we have the Diet Sam's, Diet Sam's Club Cola, or the Diet Walmart, the knockoff Diet Coke. Our sponsor pulled the advertisements.
All those millions have just disappeared.
Yeah, after you started smack talking your wife.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay, so I gotta ask you. So the background. So I love your background. It's probably the coolest thing. So where did you get all that stuff?
There's a place here called Hobby Lobby.
Oh yeah, that's a
Lobby.
good point.
Oh man, I could have bought. I mean, they almost have a YouTuber corner. It's kind of Star Wars, Star Trek, every cool gadget. So if I need an excuse to ride my skateboard anywhere, it's YouTube shopping. It's very important.
Oh well, absolutely. And it's not just buying stuff to buy it. It's an investment in yourself and your business.
I think more trips to Hobby Lobby are in order. I really like this guy.
See, yes. There we go. We shouldn't be in the same room. We'll cause damage.
Yeah, that YouTube credit card.
Well, exactly. And listen, dear taxman, dear IRS, or whatever you call them here, it was all for work. You see, look, there we go.
It's for work.
Yeah.
That's why I have all these cameras.
Itemize.
That's why I have all the cameras. Look at that thing.
That thing's a machine.
Yeah. You could bludgeon somebody with that.
Ooh, ideas.
Well, don't. No.
Not ideas. Never. Say allegedly. Say allegedly quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly.
There we go.
Somebody could think that. Not
allegedly.
me.
This one's also pretty. This one I mean, it's got a good body too, but I think I would want to hit somebody with the A7 III before I'd want to hit them with the GH5. Allegedly.
Oh, because of cost or capability.
Well, they cost about the same.
All right.
But this one doesn't feel like,
like it can take a punch.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it could hit somebody as well. Doesn't look
All
like.
right, let's get serious for a second. After all those various bodies that you have, you're having a hard time deciding what you're going to go with.
Oh, I'm having a terrible time. Because they're all amazing. If one I just need one to stink. I just need one to be bad. That's all that I need. Is just one to be bad, and not a single one is bad.
And that's not good. I mean, you kind of almost want to have one that you can say, well, I'd love to keep it, but.
I know.
Are you saying none of them have that?
No, okay, so for everybody, I'm not sponsored by Sony or Panasonic. I just think they make fantastic cameras. So we're currently live streaming on the Sony a6300, which I've been using for months now, and it's awesome. So Sony released their A7 III a few weeks ago. I got one of the, for some reason I got lucky to get one of the, I ordered it. They sent me one of the first ones out, which is awesome. Thanks B&H Photo. But then I was like, well, I like it, but what does it really do for me over the A6300? Not much. Let's try the GH5. So I ordered the GH5, and I filmed my entire episode on Friday with the GH5, and it's so good. It's amazing. The problem is, to get the setup that I want out of the GH5, it costs like $3,100. And
Whoa!
I don't necessarily want to spend $3,100 on a camera, but it is so good. Like the stabilization is great. It's crazy how good the stabilization is.
But see, here's my question to you: why not spend less on the body, but rather get a stabilizer, a gimbal, a slider, all those other toys, and to compensate for it?
Well, I have all that stuff. I have all that stuff. So I have sliders, fluid heads, gimbals, and they work fine, and that's how I shoot the majority of my videos. But what I liked about the GH5 filming that episode is I didn't have to break out the tripod. I didn't have to break out the gimbal. I didn't have to break out anything. I just all the beat.
Handheld.
Are you making fun of me? You making fun of me over there a little bit? Just a little bit.
I'm just trying to make it interesting.
We got somebody with jokes. But so it was just I was able to do it all handheld, which took so much. It took almost no time to do all the great. I loved it. I loved it.
Well, I must tell you, that's why the G5X, what sold it to me at the end, after all the features and comparing it, was that handheld image stabilization is unbelievable. So for the run and gun kind of stuff where you want to pick up and go, without, as you said, without breaking out a tripod, without breaking out a monopod or any kind of equipment, hold it, push record, and you're good to go. So I do understand what you're saying about built-in stabilization. It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it's so good. And then so I checked out a camera called the Lumix G9 a few months ago, and it has even better stabilization than the GH5, but it's more of a photography camera.
Right.
And it's amazing. The only reason I ended up selling it was I thought I would get two cameras so instead of having one awesome camera, I'd get two okay cameras. That's how I got the A6300 again. I had an RX100 Mark V for a little bit.
Right.
And then apparently I just said, I don't know anything about what I want. And I have three very expensive cameras here right now. So I think I'll make my decision because I'm going to make a decision. That video will be out on Wednesday. I think I know what I'm going to do. And then that will change that'll change like 8 times in the next week.
Absolutely.
But
I do have an idea. Well, you have an idea for right now.
Yeah, I have an idea right now. What are you taking? What are you doing that for?
Just a little chat prank.
Pranks. The chat is not a good. You guys are making fun of me.
What?
you need a moderator.
I know. Well, she's logged in under the Everyday Dad account.
Unfortunately.
So she's the administrator.
Oh, a minute ago I was the producer.
And the producer, the administrator and the producer.
Okay, you're doing well. You're making up for those strikes. I think you need to plan like a dinner just to kind of just to solidify this.
Yes, we will do that exact thing.
All right, so tell me, on your side, you've kind of been blowing up and you've been consistent and delivering. What do you find works best? Do you think batch videos work best? Do you like doing them on the fly? What's your secret to a good YouTube kind of rhythm?
So my personal rhythm, my normal rhythm is kind of all screwed up right now because I'm taking a whole bunch of time off of work before we move. But I was doing a video. I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the scripted videos. I'll do scripting for the next video starts the day the video releases. So let's say on a Wednesday, I start scripting the video on Monday. I film the talking head. If I'm doing talking head, I'll film that stuff on Monday too. I'll do all the B-roll on the Tuesday. I'll edit it on Tuesday, and then I'll upload it Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday. And then I do that. I try to get as much B-roll as I can done on the weekend.
Right.
And then if I can get all the B-roll done, that's the easiest part because then I can just overlay everything. Because B-roll's boring if you're just like sitting at the table here. I try to go out and do cool stuff and film it there. But it's just you get in that routine.
Okay, it makes sense. But I tell you, I am liking that you just get on with it. If somebody's coming to understand the difference between A and B, or they're trying to understand making a purchasing decision between one or another, I hate the fact that you go to one of these how-to or review videos and it takes you 25 minutes before the person actually gets into the meaty stuff. It's all a vlog these days. I blame Casey Neistat completely for this. It's all slow motion or Peter McKinnon style, and it's time lapse a la Casey Neistat time. And I just want to get the information. And most of us go to YouTube and we start with the question, how do I, where do I, what's the best of? And you start with those questions. I don't understand why reviewers and especially tech people don't just get into it.
Oh, you're definitely, so the everyday wife is acting a little smug here. So everything you just said,
I just love you.
Everything you just said is what I did in a bad way. For a time there. So one of my most embarrassing videos. So the first thing a company ever sent me to review, it was a company named Vuzix, sent me their like eyewear goggles. It was like some like VR goggles to review. So I checked them out, but I was so excited that a company actually sent me something. Of the 20-minute video, I spent the first 5 minutes talking about how excited I was to open the box. And the everyday wife was very much like, just open the darn box. And then the first comment I got was, get ready for the beep. You ready?
Oh, yeah, ready.
Just open the
beep
in box. We get it. Just open the beep in box. That totally, I was like, okay, so yeah, I had to learn that lesson. I had to learn that lesson the hard way.
But you learned, and you moved on.
Yeah, I know, right? Carl Bradley Taylor, $20. Well, thank you so much, Carl. That's really awesome. Thanks. We definitely appreciate it. So do you have any before we let you go? Do you have any like final like, oh, we do have, I'm sorry, we've forgotten to ask this for the last few people, but the closing question we have for everybody. So, well, two closing questions for everybody. So tomorrow morning you wake up, you've won the lottery. You won like $1 million in the lottery. What do you do with it? Go.
Is it only $1 million?
$10 million. $10 million.
Okay, now you're talking.
I'm super generous.
What I do exactly what I'm doing now. I love what I do. I couldn't think of anything better to do. I love working with the brands that I work with. I love working with the people that I work with, doing this kind of cool shit. Stuff. doing this. I mean, come on. You can do it from a laptop, from anywhere in the world. Why would you want to do anything else? I'll probably will buy a drone, though. I will tell you that.
You absolutely should. You absolutely should.
You could buy a people-moving drone called a helicopter with that money.
That's true. Okay. So second question, favorite 90s jam?
90s is like 1990s?
1990s jam. And if you don't pick, it's Chasing Waterfalls is your favorite song.
Chasing Waterfalls, obviously. I mean, all of it. There's no question.
Okay, so...
I thought you would have been like a Good Vibrations, like Marky Mark.
The Funky Bunch.
Oh, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, something like that, like Ninja.
Oh, MC Hammer. Come on.
Ninja Rap from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 movie.
Can't touch this.
Oh, that was rocking, dude. That was awesome.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, there we go.
But hey, thanks so much for coming out to join us.
Where can people find him?
Oh yeah, well I've got, again, you should 100% go subscribe to Liron, the Techie Guy. Liron Segev is his channel. You can find the link to his channel in the description below. 100% go check him out. And thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
You're hilarious. Very good time.
A lot of fun. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks again. Okay, that was really awesome. Thanks so much to Liron for coming out and hanging out with us. So
he's a funny guy. I like him.
That was hilarious. I'm
Kept
glad.
you in check. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it more when you're not as like messing with me or miming what I'm doing. I don't think I do this. I don't think
that was timely.
Was it?
Yeah. It's like long overdue. Probably people were like, just do it, everyday wife.
Everybody's been like mind melding. Like you
I had
should
some
mess with them.
suggestions in the chat.
Oh, the chat. Oh, the chat.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
They were funny. They said I should what will you again, but you're kind of preoccupied.
That's why I wear headphones. I'm gonna start wearing these bigger headphones from now on. So everybody, we got about 10 minutes left. We'll open it up to some Q&As. If you guys have any questions or you have anything you want to say, we'll go ahead and answer them now. You know, it's been a great live stream. I love all the guests we have on. Next week, we're going to have Technically Speaking on, two gentlemen that run a really awesome YouTube channel. They're going to talk to us about, they're also from the, you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
You're going to do it.
You're doing it again.
I knew you were gonna do it.
George Price, where do I sell my used gear? I sell my used gear on eBay. I would prefer to not get PayPal and eBay to take a chunk of everything I sell, but the convenience, you just can't beat the convenience on it. So I definitely use eBay for that. What camera is my favorite? That is a tough question.
He doesn't know yet.
I don't. Well, my favorite camera overall, like, oh, what is my? So I like the A6300 because it's small, it's very high quality. The autofocus is great. It just works really well. But I really like these other cameras, except they're a lot bigger. The Sony FDR X3000 probably is my favorite overall camera of all time. Stabilization.
But it's sold.
I sold it.
It's gone.
I'm probably gonna buy another one because I miss it already.
No, you didn't even use it. Don't.
I didn't, but I think I would, and it's awesome. It has some of the best stabilization. It's an action camera, but it's really great. It's one of the only action cameras that actually have a mic input into it, just a straight 3.5 millimeter jack. So good, so good. Okay, what camera is my fave?
Man.
Xeon, Gabriel, Sony or Canon? I've never used a Canon camera, so I've really only used Sony and Panasonic.
And Nikon.
And one Nikon. That doesn't count.
It counts.
It does not count.
Whatever.
It doesn't count. So I'm a Sony or Panasonic guy. I'd like to try out Canon, but I don't really want a DSLR. I like mirrorless. I like the electronic viewfinder, so I don't use the viewfinders very often, but when I need it, I really need it. All the DSLRs just have like an optical viewfinder, which I don't know how much that would help me. 51 Drones, fun question. Who does the cooking in the house, and what is your best dish? Well, we kind of divide the cooking.
With who?
The everyday kid.
I do the majority of the cooking.
What? I was just looking right at you.
Oh, yeah. Right. I do the majority of the cooking. Favorite dishes? We have different likes and dislikes. What's your favorite dish that I make?
Everything. Everything you make is my favorite.
You're trying to get off the couch, but you're definitely on it tonight. No way. I really like ricotta bake. I like making ricotta bake. You can do anything with it. Ricotta, mozzarella, some sauce, and then meats. Whatever meats you want. Add it all together. Nice. Bake it. Delicious.
Very nice.
Oh, yum.
Infinite Altitude. How long did it take you to marry the everyday wife? Like a year?
4.5 years.
Did it take 4.5 years?
Are you kidding?
I don't remember.
We've been together 13 years.
I don't remember the dates. I don't remember the dates. The Grumpy Vlogger. Am I going to try out the Canon SL2 or review it? I really want to. I'm thinking about it. I probably will. I just don't have any good Canon lenses, but I've been considering it because it's got the Canon autofocus. It's not very expensive. It's very small, which I like. I don't like how big DSLRs are. I probably will. Nick Fam TV, wouldn't we try out a new camera and drone while doing a how to cook video? Don't put thoughts in my head. Because if
a how to cook video?
Well, no, like fly the drone in the house for a how to cook video.
Oh.
That'd probably be dangerous. Andrew Brewer, the Canon M50. I've seen some stuff about the Canon M50. It's a Canon mirrorless camera, pretty small. Maybe. I just don't like the lens selection. So you always got to think when you buy a camera, like not just what am I going to do with the camera body itself. You got to like, well, how do you want to grow into the camera by buying lenses? And there's not a very good selection of Canon mirrorless lenses out right now. Not a very good one. Stan Cook Blue Apron rules.
I have a lot of friends who use that stand and they love it. So they send you like the meals prepackaged with the recipes and you just make it. They love it. We have never done that.
We haven't done Blue Apron, but we've done a symbol. What was that service when we lived in Washington that we used? They made everything. We just picked it up. I can't remember. Was it Blue Apron?
No.
What
I don't
was
know what
it?
you're talking about.
I don't remember.
Did you do that when I wasn't around?
Yeah. Yep, that you found it out.
No, we went to that center, you mean, and then we like
I can't remember. We did do something like that. Yes. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I have more than whoa.
Come here.
Whoa, no, absolutely not.
Michigan has a question about your hair.
Hold on. Michigan. So all of my friends that wear a hat all the time are balding. Are you balding? Not judging LL. I'm not balding. Am I balding?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm.
Put your head down.
I mean,
like there's a little bit of.
I wear it because I started.
The pasture's not as green in the back.
I started the channel. Hold on, let me see this on the replay. Okay, it's not technically balding.
You there.
So I started the channel. I didn't wear a hat. My hair was always gross. And so I sat down one day and I was like, okay, I got to do my hair because I'm going to do a video. And the second I thought the words, I need to do my hair, I was like, nope, I'm wearing a hat from now on because I'm not going to think that again. I'm not going to think that again. Okay,
That's
SL2
funny.
has live view on it like a mirrorless. I'll definitely, yeah, I do want to check out the SL2 because I've considered buying it a few times. Does it have a clean HDMI out? So if I want to live stream with it, could I? Because that could probably be a very good live streaming camera. Mr. Blue Blaze, could you do a review the Kodak FZ43? I'll add it to my list of things. So the reviewing the cheapest this week, I don't know what it's going to be yet because I'm going to go to Walmart tomorrow and I'm going to find the cheapest action camera in Walmart. We've done a lot of like the cheapest, like very specific to make it fit in the realm of the cheapest, like cheapest 4K camera from this company. But we're just actually going to go find out a cheapest thing and see if it was worth anything tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Nathan Stowell, sticking with Android or going back to iPhone? Nathan, you know the answer to that question.
Yes. Come back to the Apple.
You know what it is. I mean, it's the iPhone right here. So that, and Nathan and I have talked about this a lot on my Twitch stream. And if you guys segue, we just very recently beat our very first game on Twitch, which was Subnautica. Thanks to everybody that watched, Thomas, Nathan, everybody that's there. It was an awesome time. We finally escaped from that blasted underwater world that scared me a lot because there were gigantic nightmare Leviathan-type monsters that ate me a lot. And it was terrible. But anyway, we're starting our very new game this Monday. And if you want to vote on the game, I've got a poll up on Twitter here, we'll do an @EverydayDad.
DDA Ohio says, if we send you a hat to wear, will you wear it?
That is my Twitter. Hold on. So check out the poll on Twitter right there about the next game we're going to play. And follow me on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Go ahead. What were we saying?
DDA Ohio says, if we send you a hat, will you wear it?
Absolutely. I'll wear a hat. Well, it depends what kind of hat. What kind? Well, let's preface it. What kind of hat?
Send it and we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
What's your mailing? Is your mailing address in your video description?
Yes, my P.O. box. Well, shoot.
What?
So if you're going to send something, you got to send it soon because I got to turn off the P.O. box in like the next couple of weeks because we're moving. So if you want to send it, you got to send. I'll leave it open. Hold on, let me see. I'll leave the P.O. box open until May
18th would be good.
May 11th. I'll leave it open until May 11th, and then I got to shut it off because we're moving.
Mark Attardo says, Ted screaming in fear makes for a good time.
I'm telling you what, some of that game, like it. So you start off. Let's set the scene. So you're in a gigantic spacecraft, right?
Oh wow.
You're flying over this planet. Your ship gets shot down. You don't know what happened. Oh. All of a sudden, you're in like this escape pod, and in the escape pod is a 3D printer, and that's all you got.
What?
Yeah,
that's unrealistic. It should be water and food. A 3D printer.
Okay.
Some super nerds made this video.
It's a video game about a spaceship.
I know.
That crash lands. So you get a 3D printer. So you have to gather all the resources and you have to build stuff and you use this little 3D printer and then you make a bigger 3D printer. And then
But of course you do. It's like getting the genie and wishing for more wishes.
And then you make like a submarine. You make a little submarine that some of us had ours destroyed like 5 or 6 times because I'm a terrible pilot at it. You make a bigger submarine. You go down it, but you start off in this like really cool like beach, like blue water, gorgeous, and then you like descend into. You're supposed to beep. You descend into
a beep
with like fire-breathing dragonfish, and it was terrifying, but it was awesome. The streaming on Twitch is so much fun, but there's definitely some scary stuff. Help at home, so it has an HDMI out. But is that HDMI out clean? So like this is a clean HDMI where you see our picture here. There's nothing in between the camera and the stream. But some DSLRs have like all their crap on it when you try to stream it out. If it has clean HDMI out. So here's but here's the thing. I really want that Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which I think will turn into our streaming camera when it comes out because it looks amazing.
Beep.
Yeah, beep. Okay, Scream.
DDA Ohio wants to know what hat won't you wear?
Like a Michigan hat. I won't wear a Michigan hat.
Oh, that's true, you guys.
Okay. Yep, I did scream like a girl a few times. Hold on, I lost some stuff. Elias C, you should do a second Fortnite video with your phone and the Mavic Air with the controller for the toe, like you mentioned in yesterday's video. Well, I tried. Does it Fortnite Mobile now support controllers? Because I tried, but the whole reason I couldn't do it was because Fortnite Mobile didn't support it. Michigan, I don't know if the Android works yet. I only have the Apple controller. I'd have to see that first. Wolverines hat, 51 drones, absolutely not. Caden Morse, I just bought a Sony HDR CX240. It's pretty good. That's cool. I've thought about trying out a camcorder because some of those camcorders are really nice and they have features like XLR microphones, so I wouldn't need to use this gigantic mixing hub right here. This thing. Can we get it? Can we get? That's as high as I can lift it. But this gigantic mass mixing stuff. But we figured out that we actually have 2 separate sets of headphones on now, which works out pretty well. Mark Attardo, Ted Screaming in Fear makes for good times. Depends on who's the one screaming out. Mr. Blue Blaze, you've been my influence to become a blogger, and I will shout you out on my YouTube channel. Well, thanks so much.
And like Larry Dahmer said, if the everyday dad can do it, you can do it, Mr. Blue Blaze.
If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. Okay. All right, we are just about closing up. So if you have any we'll do 5 more minutes if you have any final questions, and we'll go from there. Jonathan Maxwell, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. Sorry, I lost the stream mid-sentence. Let me know. Yeah, Fortnite Mobile does not. Am I going to watch Westworld? We don't really watch
We tried,
TV.
I think, didn't we?
We did, but you asked so many questions in the first 5 minutes. I was like, it's not worth watching. I'm not putting up with this.
It was a lot to be answered.
I'm not putting up with this for the next however long we're going to watch this show. So, nope.
I like Game of Thrones. That's as nerdy as I get.
That's pretty darn nerdy, though. That's pretty darn nerdy.
Yay, Let's Go Jackets are doing so good.
The Blue Jackets.
Get the cannons.
I love this. So I haven't
Your
been
Columbus Blue Jackets.
We haven't been in Columbus in a long time, but that was
We used to go to a lot of hockey games.
That was the most fun you can have in Columbus, Ohio, besides going to a Buckeyes game, is going to a Blue Jackets game.
Yeah.
So awesome. So awesome. So great. All right. Well, it seems like we have run out of questions. So thanks, everybody, for joining us for the live stream. Had a great time. Thanks to Liron for coming out and joining our stream tonight. Definitely go find his channel. You'll see it in the description below. You should 100% go subscribe to him. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I love doing this, from the everyday dad and the everyday wife.
Oh, do you want to properly introduce me now?
At the end. Well, we're
right.
only an hour and 2 minutes into
Recovery, you guys. You have to see the beginning of the video if you missed it. He wasn't quite sure who was sitting next to him.
I mean,
but
I knew.
know where he's sleeping tonight.
I mean, I knew. But thanks, everybody, for joining us. Had a great time. Everybody, we'll catch you next Saturday. And remember, we'll have Technically Speaking on next Saturday. So super excited to see you there. Have a fantastic night.
Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. See you guys later.